G'day again, guys. I'm going to speak today a bit about who I think is going to make top four OPL. This is the last week of OPL, and we've actually had a really interesting season in terms of placements. And there's a possibility for a tie for first and a three-way tie for fourth. So I thought that'd be an interesting topic to talk about. So basically, I have the standings up here and the schedule in the corner. The schedule's a bit small, so hopefully your eyes still work. Um, but basically, the way the tiebreaker will work, we'll start at the top. Actually, we'll start at the top. So we play Direwolves for first seed because we have the head-to-head with them. We 2-0'd them in actually the first game of the season. That puts us in a really good spot to maintain first place. Basically, Direwolves would need to 2-0 us, and then they would need to win the tiebreaker as well. So for Direwolves, basically, they're 2-0 down in a best of 5, and they need to make that 3-game comeback against us. I do think it'll be a pretty close game, but for them to 3-0 us would would be a pretty big deal. I think I'm not sure that they would be able to do that. If they were able to do it, I would say that that would put them as they would definitely deserve top spot if they were able to do it. So I think we're going to end up first. I think we can at least pull one game of the three, and we're going to finish first. That'll mean the Direwolves is going to finish second this year. Pretty good effort from them, really. When you look at their split last season, was they didn't have a great split. They had some roster swaps coming into this split. They had a new top laner and a new support. And to finish second is actually, and possibly first, is actually a pretty good effort by them. So for me, Direwolves is second place, well deserved. Chiefs in third. I think they will finish third. For Chiefs, they're playing AV, so they're actually playing fourth in the last game. And as you can see, Chiefs and AV are very close. Luckily for Chiefs, they have the head-to-head, which means that AV need to win. Not only do AV need to win, but AV need to 2-0 them. If AV 2-0 Chiefs, they get straight into third. But if it's 2-1, then they have to play a tiebreaker. Fortunately for Chiefs, AV haven't been looking very good lately. They lost last week to Tainted Minds 2-1. They've been a bit shaky. So I'm expecting Chiefs to be able to take that one. They had a pretty good showing against Sin last week. So I'm expecting Chiefs to come third. Bit of a surprise, really, considering that they moved into a gaming house this split. They didn't have any issues with roster like they did last split. So for them to finish third is, I think they would be pretty disappointed with that. But nonetheless, a good effort to finish top four. Now this is where it gets interesting. Fourth place is where it gets really interesting. Abyss, off the back of two really good wins against Chiefs and Direwolves. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pull the W against us. But if they win against Hellions, which they absolutely should, Hellions don't look like they're going to pick up a game this season. If they win, that puts them in a spot for a three-way tiebreaker. And the three-way tiebreaker, as I'll explain, is actually very likely to happen. Next up is Tainted Minds, who are equal fifth at the moment. By beating AV last week, Tainted Minds have put themselves in an amazing position where all they really need to do is win, and then that's it. Because unless AV beats Chiefs, but I think that's pretty unlikely. Because what's likely going to happen is Chiefs is going to beat AV, then Tainted Minds is going to have the head-to-head with AV, which means that they will automatically get fourth if Abyss lose, and this is a big one. So Tainted Minds are hoping for Abyss to lose. I don't think that'll happen. I think Abyss is going to beat Hellions pretty comfortably. So I think that the three-way tie is actually super likely, which means a lot of extra work for the casters, but a lot of extra games for the fans, so hopefully they get a kick out of that, which will be AV, Abyss, and Tainted Minds in the three-way tiebreaker. I think my pick of those three is Abyss to get through. I think they're the strongest of those three teams. AV have been struggling recently, even though AV beat us at the start of the season. They've been struggling recently. Abyss have been looking really good, even though they lost to us. Tainted Minds have been looking pretty good, but I feel like Abyss is a more well-rounded roster, whereas Tainted Minds, they really rely on their bot lane to produce results for them. So I'm expecting a three-way tie. I'm expecting Abyss to get in. I'm expecting Abyss to get into fourth place, and our top 4 to end up as Legacy first, Direwolf second, Chiefs third, and Abyss fourth coming into the semis. Hopefully that clears up some of the type rate confusion that some of you may have had. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.